Good morning, good morning. We have potentially made $1,600 farming the Perp DEX wars. If you don't know what that is, this show is exactly for you because we help you farm the Perp DEX war in the most efficient way possible so that you can avoid making the expensive mistakes that hopefully we make, and then you can steal the good experiments that are profitable and use them yourself. We're doing this using Mithril bots. They're great for creating a lot of volume very efficiently at a very low cost. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in this short series. Having a quick look, we've so far earned 225 points on Pacifica. We've earned 2,503 points on Paradex and 74 points on Extended. This has given us an estimated value of 1.6k. As you can see, we're using the lowest FDVs calculations for each of these projects. If you look at Polymarket, Extended is most likely going to be valued at 1.5 to 2 billion, Paradex something like a billion to 1.2, and I think Pacifica is at roughly 500 million, which could bring our actual value earned up to 3,700. But let's manage expectations and put these as low as we possibly can for now. Feel free to play around with this one. It's on the Mithril webpage. I will share the link in the description below if you want to plug in how much points you have earned to see what your potential value could be. Okay, so what we're doing in these episodes is really running bot configurations, trying to find the best parameters for you to get the cheapest volume so that you can arbitrage the points in the best way possible. So the value per point on Paradex is currently at 28 cents. On Extended $3, on Pacifica $3. We're looking at the points per million. So we've calculated this based on our own data. These are also slightly on the conservative side. So for a million in volume on Paradex, we actually earned something like 333. On Extended, we've earned for all of these, they're slightly lower. I don't have all of them in my mind, but yeah, so 74 points. And I think the week that we used as the benchmark was this week with 40 points. And in that week, we did roughly 300,000 in volume or 350,000 in volume. So all of these estimates are slightly below what they actually are. But we've done that so that we hopefully manage our own expectations and maybe yours a bit. So then if we take the points per million that you get, so these are the amount of points that you would get for creating a million on volume on these Perp DEXs. We take the value of the points times the amount of points you get per million, and then you sort of get the amount that the Perp DEXs are willing to pay you in points for producing a million of volume on their exchange. Let's have a look at how we've been performing. If we start with Pacifica, we can see that on the 17th of December, it's been quite a rough last 24 hours. If we have a quick look at yesterday we were doing fantastic. We had 26k in volume, extrapolated to a million in volume. That would have been $62 per 1 million of volume. That is fantastic. Currently today, we've hit a bit of a rough patch. So we've done a bit less volume overall in the last 24 hours. And the costs have gone up dramatically, right? So this is due to the volatility in the market. What is currently happening on the Pacifica bot is we had an 8 BIP spread. And that spread became essentially exposed to adverse selection, meaning our liquidity becomes the cheapest liquidity in the market. We essentially put in buy orders right as the market drops, or we put in sell orders right before the market go up. So we're always on the wrong side of the volatility. One way to avoid that is that I very much tighten the gap. So if we have a quick look at the bot configs, so currently on Pacifica, we're running a 2 BIP market maker bot on BTC. All of these bots that we're currently making are market maker bot, only maker orders on BTC. We're trying to find the workhorse on each Perp DEX. So we've decreased the spread from 8 to 2, and we've also decreased the order refresh rate from 20 to 10. So having a tighter spread means that we can essentially get more volume and hopefully less toxicity because it's a smaller spread to fill. So hopefully we get more fills, hopefully we get a bit more volume, and we also decrease the order refresh rate from 20 to 10. This should ideally also help us to create more volume, because if an order isn't filled, it will automatically place a new one within 10 seconds. So hopefully this helps us avoid a little bit of toxic fills as well. So these are currently the settings that we're running on Pacifica, and it looks like in the last couple of minutes, so it was at $20 for roughly 34K. Now it's gone down to $17 for 30K, so I think that we're doing slightly better on Pacifica in the last hour or so. We can actually see that. Yeah, it's plateaued a bit. This was the really expensive part yesterday when we had a bit of volatility in the afternoon. And then since then, we've done considerably better. It's going to be interesting now to see if the change that I made right around here from 8 bips to 2 bips was the right decision, or if I should go back to the 8 bips. But we don't know until tomorrow. So if we have a quick look at the points again, right? Even though we're doing $442 per 1 million of volume currently on Pacifica, because of the huge incentives that Pacifica is currently giving to their traders, we would still be making $2,558 in profit per 1 million volume at this cost. And this cost is high, right? Yesterday, we were literally at $62 per million, which means that we will be walking away with roughly $2,900 or just shy of $3. But so currently, this is what we're doing. On extended, we've done quite well. We don't have today's data for extended. I don't really know what happened. I think I might have accidentally put in a manual trade that screwed this up a little bit, because if I look at the actual performance, we've done roughly a K in volume, and we've earned $7.50. I'm a bit confused, and I've had a 100% win rate. So either I've cracked the system and I found an infinite money glitch, or I need to investigate what's happening here, because something looks suspicious to me. But if we look at yesterday's data, we can see that we were around 290 for the 24-hour window. And during the afternoon, sorry, this is during the early part of yesterday, we had a very nice cost per million. So if we look at both of those, so essentially 240, right, 297, would mean that we're quite close to break even. Whereas, yeah, so 297, we would still be making $72 per 1 million of volume. And if we use 131, we are making $238 per 1 million in volume. So decent performance on extended. I've done a similar thing on extended now. So I have decreased the spread. So I brought down the spread from 8 to 2, and I also decreased the order refresh rate to try and get that volume up a bit. And I mean, currently it looks like we found an infinite money glitch on extended, but take that with a big grain of salt. I think the stats might just be lagging a little bit or something like that. And if we look at Paradex, Paradex is the workhorse. We are continuously doing incredible volume. We're in the $100,000 to $160,000 per volume per 24 hours. If we look at the 16th of December, we did 156 at $96. We had some incredible performance in the first part of the day where we did roughly 70K for $28. Ridiculous. It's very, very efficient. Currently today, we've done $143,000 of volume at a cost of $102 extrapolated to a million in volume. And in the last 12 hours, we've been able to get that cost down slightly to $85 per 1 million in volume. But Paradex is not as giving currently as the others when it comes to the points. So even at $85, if we take the best, we're actually currently losing $1 in value on Paradex. But as I said before, we're really using the low end estimates. I think Polymarket, there's a 58% odds in favor of the valuation being higher than 1 billion. No, sorry, there's a 60 plus odds on it being over 1 billion and 50 something odds on it being over 2 billion. So we're really, really lowballing it with $500 million fully diluted valuation on Paradex. These guys are printing money. Currently, the Perp DEX are the most profitable vertical in crypto. Some of these guys are making quite literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, or not even millions a day. So yeah, we're using conservative estimates for sure to make sure that we manage our own expectations. But that's currently the performance. So currently we're in the green quite a lot on Extended and Pacifica. Hopefully, if you want, feel free to steal our bot configs. And then, we'll tune back in again tomorrow to try and help you farm the Perp DEX war in the most efficient way possible. Until then, all the best.